Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Manahil Remote Job Wali and I am delighted to be your host today and introduce
Mm, No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Okay. Okay.
now you can hear me.
Yes.
Alright. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I am Manahil Remote Job Wali and I am delighted to be your host today. Today I am from Karachi, Pakistan. Oh, sorry, I am from Karachi, Pakistan, and it is an absolute privilege to introduce our distinct guest for today, Ma'am Andrea Mason. Andrea Mason is a renowned figure in the field of personal transformation and motivation, with a remarkable career spanning over 2 decades. Today, we have the unique opportunity to delve into her life journey, experiences, and the incredible work she has done. So, without further ado, let's extend a warm welcome to Ma'am Masons, and let's begin this insightful interview to learn more about her inspiring story and the valuable insight she has to share with us. So, welcome, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, Manahal, to have me here. It's an honor, privilege, and pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. So, first of all, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Yes, absolutely. Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Mason, your global voice, alumna of Dr. Les Brown, Amazon's #1 best-selling international author, creator and innovator of the life transformational journey called Press Play, Plan Life According to You, LLC. It's an honor to be here.
All right, wonderful introduction. Thank you so much for your introduction. So, now let's move on to questions. My first question is on your screen. Can you tell us more about your life transformational process and how it helped individuals achieve personal freedom through the healing power of forgiveness?
Absolutely. So, more about my life transformational journey is that I was able to go through the adversities, the struggles, and trials and tribulations through life and change them into positivity, creating my own identity. When we are younger and when we're going through our lives, we experience a lot of adversity, a lot of negativity, judgment, ridicule, isolation, and we don't feel like we fit in. So, what I do is I bring to the forefront of people I connect with their potential, seeing the vision beyond what they see, and walking beside them to see that in life, there are some options that are available, but there's also different perspectives and different perceptions of how to go about it. And the way I do that is first by creating your own identity, and most importantly, forgiving yourself and allowing yourself to learn from your mistakes and saying, you know what, it's okay. It's a mistake. What's the takeaway? And I can move forward.
All right, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for your answer. So, can you elaborate on your role as a certified global motivational speaker and how your mentorship with Dr. Les Brown has influenced your motivational speaking career?
Absolutely. Dr. Les Brown is an amazing individual. Here in the world, he's one of the top 10 motivational speakers, and he remembers where he came from. Just like myself, he's a fellow adoptee. We were both adopted at different times from different places. But as we stepped into our own, we wanted to create a vision. And I learned from him that vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of power, a sign of, resilience. It allows you to go forward. With every failure in life is a stone towards success. And he remembers where he comes from as far as a leadership. He walks beside you. He doesn't, dictate or lecture. He empathizes and listens. So he has helped me pave the foundation, pave the way to where I am today. Back to you.
All right, great. So, with over 2 decades of experiences in personal and professional development, particularly in the field of social work and psychology, how do you
Mhm.
see these fields intersecting and contributing to your work?
Yes, absolutely. So, social work helps me understand and develop a better understanding of the cultural diversities of the world. What do I mean by that? Everybody's upbringing, their culture, their religion, their morals, lifestyles, ethnicities, as well as their cuisine and, you know, mindset in their culture. Psychology has helped me understand the science behind why people do what they do, why people don't do what they do, and a better understanding and clarity of the reasons behind it. So, those two industries and fields and degrees, and serving over 2 decades in those areas, has really helped me personally and professionally to develop as I have interpersonal connections with individuals and everybody I meet. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much for your answer. So, you have extensive experience in social work and psychology.
Mhm.
How have these backgrounds shaped your approach to personal and professional development?
Great question. So, what has helped me with gaining these industries and having my approach was, in the beginning, I was taught to really look at the facts, look at the statistics that are about an individual, where they came from, what their obstacles are, what they're going through, what their diagnosed medications and treatments are. But as I professionally and personally developed, I learned how to connect with individuals like I'm connecting with you. It's a human life, it's a human being. So I took it upon myself to put aside the paperwork, put aside the stats and facts, and then connect with the individual. This has helped me advance because I wasn't looking at what society has compartmentalized them. I wasn't looking at their stereotypes, their stigmatisms, or their shortcomings. I was able to connect them as an individual, and that helped us move forward and progress in their area. Back to you.
All right. So you mentioned that collaborating with the local hospitals to ensure proper protocols for admittance, discharges. How
Mhm.
did this collaboration benefits both institutions and the patients?
Yes. So, what this helped me to do was I was the bridge that helped individuals seek the help they were needing, as well as giving them the proper tools and resources they needed to go back into the community. So, my approach was reminding the professionals, the doctors, the institutions, and the administrative and authoritative staff, this person is either ready to go back in the community, or this person can benefit from these necessary resources that they have lacked or are not made aware of. Then I would educate the clients, the population serviced. What is it do you need? What is it that you're looking for that you lack that can help you enhance your quality of life? And once I had those two connections, I was able to connect them together as a liaison and then properly transition them, whether for safety to go into the proper supervised setting, or for liberation to have them prepared to resume and re go back into the community.
All right, thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. So, can you share some of your experiences working with Lois Barth Coaching and Consulting, and how you contributed to promoting and expanding her brand in New York City?
Yes, this was an amazing connection. Lois Barth is a very close, endearing individual in my life. She is known for her book, Courage to Sparkle, and she has sparkled her essence and light upon me. She was gracious enough to take me under her wing and really understand the ins and outs behind the scenes and all of the fundamentals and that were required to being a professional speaker, to being a professional coach, and really had prepared me to know what to expect and some of the areas that they don't talk about in the industry. And so during that connection and experience, I was able to really hone into myself and get a good 360 view of what it is like to be a professional coach as well as a professional speaker. And it was an amazing experience. And to this day, we still connect, and I'm greatly for her support and advocacy.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your answer. So, managing allocated funds of playground constructions and increasing students' enrollment by 20% is impressive. Can you elaborate on the strategy you employ to achieve this result?
Yes, absolutely. This was an amazing experience in itself. I was hired to engage in this role of authority and management. And, when we go into experiences, we don't get a secure handbook of a step by step process on how it goes. Most of us go in educated, but we're also learning every day. So, what I was able to do was I was able to not only take my mind, but my heart and put it in alignment on what would benefit the students and families, as well as provide a productive company. And so, managing that and increasing it to 20%, I really interacted with both professionals and families and students and children on a personal level, talking to them, respecting their wishes, effectively listening, and effective communication, which allowed the advancement of increase to more than 20%. So it was an amazing experience.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. So, could you tell us more about your fundraising experience, particularly $10,000 in 2 months from local franchises and families? What method or tactics did you find most effective?
Well, you've all heard of the cliche, it takes a village to raise a child. And so I didn't do this alone. This was an area of my improvement and personal and professional development where I asked for help. I looked to the staff who was seasoned at this facility, what worked in the past. And then I tailored that to meeting the quota of the previous years. And then to advance it further is what I am aforementioned. I really took into account getting, you know, onto the playing field, if you will, with the community as well as the families. I was involved side by side in the process of the work. So I didn't do it as an authoritative figure, although I was in management. However, I also was involved on the front line, if you will, being proactive as opposed to staying inactive.
Okay, all right. So, how did you streamline patient insurance assessments to financial uh, feasibility, leading to a 75% reduction in the time it takes to collect payments and begin patient's treatment?
That was a strategy in itself, as I am a certified professional organizer, as well as very my whole business is plan life according to you, press play. So I use the structure and organizational tactics on, okay, what is the goal we need to achieve? what are the necessary steps, and how can we modify and condense it into measurable steps, but also profitable. So, what allowed me to do this was delegating the work to the appropriate staff and putting their passions to, progression. If somebody was good at statistics and had good sales skills, I would honor that. I would allow them to go out and go forward to make that connection. If somebody was good at accounting or the books behind the scenes, I would delegate the work. One of the great things that I learned over my course of professionalism and so forth is that it's important to lead individuals, but it is also important, as I mentioned before, to walk beside them, but give the ability to the individuals to achieve their personal freedom, allow them to implement and execute what they have there. You hired them. They're in your company for a reason. So for those leaders, for those workers or authority members out there watching on this platform on playback, the best way to be a leader is effective communication, effective listening, learning what your clientele needs, but also what your staff is good at. It's one thing to have power, but power can be so beautiful when it's delegated across a team. And that is what has made my work ethic and my productivity speak for itself, because I involved everyone. But I also use discipline, direction, and drive to generate the results.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. So, my next question is, can you explain how leveraging patients, databases, and templates increase cooperative business between institutions by 25%, and what benefits this brought to organization involved?
Well, absolutely. I am all, one of the connections I made in the world over my journey these past couple of years is, you know, how do you take something, the big picture, and make it measurable? And I like to utilize what, most individuals use is bullet point form. Nobody in the world loves anything more than having a checklist and successfully checking off their achievements. It's a sign of motivation, it's a sign of accomplishment. So, what I did with the databases that were provided in the organization, it was so tedious and meticulous. It was kind of like micromanagement, and the staff and myself was just getting frustrated. So, I put the passion to the test and I said, all right, what is your skill set? What is your gift and talent? What is your areas of improvement? And so what I was able to develop was a buddy system where an individual who had good data and stats and accounting with numbers would connect with somebody who was an emotional being, a nurturing being who wanted to interact with the individuals. And they learn from each other. And with the bullet point or checklist or really management of time and organization, they were able to produce results. There is no such thing as perfection, but constant baby steps towards progression. And if we're able to look at ourselves and say, hey, I made a mistake, what can I learn from it? And if we are able to have an accountability individual in our lives to keep us on track, to keep us disciplined, not a friend, because sometimes friends don't want to hurt your feelings. What we must do is find individuals that are going to tell us the real deal, keep us in check, keep us in alignment, and follow our mission and message. And that's what I've developed in all corporations or any entities that I've worked with. The best way to success is delegation as well as teamwork. And that has been successful. Back to you.
Yes, you are absolutely right. So now, move on to next question. My next question is, can you share a specific example of challenging situation you faced as a director, motivational and wellness specialist at Lightwave Wellness, and how you successfully resolved it?
Absolutely. This was my dream job before I knew what my dream could be. Manahal, this was a dream. I was helping individuals with nutritional components, wellness components, motivation, exercise. I was just going to work with pure excitement. And the morale was difficult at the office. because it was new and upcoming. It was a new science. And what we have in the world today is people want to change, but they're not proactive to changing. They say, I want to lose weight. They say, I want to, manage my money. They say, I want to find a mate. It's okay to say things, but what actionary steps are you taking? So the challenges that I have experienced as being the director, as well as, being an assistant office manager, motivational wellness specialist in this arena, was getting individuals to see where they're at. How is that working out for you? How is your routines that you're continuing doing really showing results? And so I developed a mindset of my own, just no excuses, just results. And every time I came into that office and a client came through that door, that was my family. I realized and put that individual first and foremost. What is your goal? And if it was exercise, wouldn't you love to go travel the world? If it was nutrition, wouldn't you love not to feel, bloated and have all these medical conditions of in poor health? If it was exercise, wouldn't you love to get excited and get ready for the summer, to get into that dress, to get into that bathing suit, or to go to that reunion? I would meet them where they were at. No judgment, no filter, just results. And that is what has excelled that experience. And I was able to make connections and see results of individuals that didn't have or didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And some individuals with high immune systems conditions, poor mental health, terminal conditions, we were able to reverse it and see a success story. And that was my mission every day.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your answer. So, how do you stay updated on the latest developments in personal and professional development, given your extensive experiences in the field?
Well, one of the main ways is from, I'm going to mess this up, but I keep saying it, is the students of Rehan Awala. You have opened my eyes to a new world over this journey. And speaking virtually abroad on every continent, I have been able to really understand the pain points of people around the world, only to realize, and in a world of a society that wants to divide and conquer, truth be told, from my personal experience, we are all experiencing the same concerns, same fears. Tomorrow's unknown, it's unexpected. One week we're told we're able to do this, next week we're told not to do that. The limit of support and love is so slim that I want to be the face of change. So I constantly, on a daily basis, network, reach out to individuals all over the world to understand, what is your needs? What are your fears? Not many people are willing to do that. Not many people want the time to do that. I make the effort. I discipline myself. My message is, I just want to help people, man. And by helping people is understanding them, listening to them, being there for them. That has what propelled me to do over 1,000 videos on YouTube. That is what propelled me to speak virtually on every continent. That is what propelled me for my upcoming book. That is what propelled me to be the best version of myself. Back to you.
All right, wonderful answer. So, how do you prioritize and manage your time effectively, giving your various roles as responsibilities in the field of social work, psychology, and coaching?
Yes, I have to be an accountability coach for myself at times because I constantly grind and constantly help others. I have to remind myself every now and again to pour love into myself and not, pour from an empty cup, an empty vessel. So the way I budget my time is by time management. I am an individual that gives 100% no matter what. And if I'm unable to give 100%, then I have to decline, postpone, reschedule, or just move forward to agree to disagree. So with social work, I understand my morals, ethics, and values. I understand what my lifestyle entails. With psychology, I go in my mind. I figure out what is being said. What are the thoughts? Are they false limiting beliefs from my past? Are they my ego preventing me from my future? And then I have to find balance with nature and with my spirit and source and everything and get grounded and remember to be in the presence and be mindful of time. And through coaching, like I said, anybody on the other side of this virtual screen or in front of me sitting in any arena, that individual is top priority. And I have to provide 100% and my best version of myself each and every time.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for your answer. And thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us today. Your
Mhm.
story and experiences have been truly inspiring. To our audience, I hope you found this interview as insightful and enriching as I did. Remember that Andrea's work is all about personal transformation at the healing power of forgiveness and encourage you to explore her expertise further.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable time. I learned a lot of things from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay tuned. I've got a huge announcement on my media platforms today. You can reach me at andreamasons.com. I've got a big announcement today, and I'm excited to be of service to you. Thank you so much. Remember, follow your heart, not the hurt nor the herd, for success and happiness and joyfulness are on the other side. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much. An honor, privilege, and pleasure to be part of your community, servicing you every single day.
Thank you so much. Bye. Have a wonderful
Take
day
care.
ahead.